Hey, welcome back, and welcome if you're new to my channel. Today I am going to be going over a quick, easy, kind of just on the go, whether it be like mommy makeup. I'm a mommy, so I've been really taking my time practicing, getting a quick routine down, and then be out the door but still feel comfortable with what I'm wearing, but also not take a lot of time. So that's what I'll be going over today, using just not that many products, a few brushes, and a beauty blender. I really won't be going over the type of product it is or what brand it is. However, I will have the links to each product down below in the description box. It's more about using what you have and getting a look done that's simple, quick, easy, and not all about what products I'm necessarily using, but just something similar in your collection that you can use to achieve a get ready quick look. I'm going to start out with a concealer. I'm using bareMinerals Bare Pro Concealer, and it is in the shade Light. It is a little lighter for me, but I'll just blend it out and we're gonna make it work. So I'm just putting my concealer in the areas where I have blemishes, and unfortunately with my skin these days it has not been cooperating for me, so kind of gotta put it, feels like, all over. And then with a damp beauty blender, I'm going to go ahead and blend this in. And depending on what works best for you, you can use your finger as well. Beauty blender, as long as you have one, it is pretty quick. As you can see, it didn't take me long at all, and I've just about got my concealer all the way blended. Some of you may find this easier with a beauty blender. Some may find it easier with your finger. Either way, they're both very good options for putting on your makeup quickly. Now that I have my concealer all blended in, I'm going to take a setting brush with some translucent finishing powder. And again, this can be any powder, pressed powder, loose powder, whichever you prefer. And then just go over the areas that I concealed. I'm also taking the powder over the top of my lids because when trying to make my makeup routine quick, it's easy to just go over with the translucent powder, and that just kind of sets my eyelids a bit so that my eyeshadow doesn't crease. I'm now going to use this versatile palette here. It's got like 4 neutral shades in it that I'm going to use this shade right here, which is Soft Barley Brown. It's an eyeshadow, but I'm also going to use it as a bronzer. So I'm going to take my mini blush brush, and then I'm going to apply some of that on to my brush, and then I'm going to put this here on the hollows of my cheeks, work as my bronzer. Putting this all in the usual places where you put a bronzer, just kind of here in the hollows of my cheeks, and then I'm going to run some here on my forehead, on the sides of my forehead a little bit, a little along my jawline here, making sure to blend it down the neck. In this step, if you're in a real rush, you don't have to do it, but if I have time, I like to take a little bit and run it down the sides of my nose. And then using the same brush, I'm going to add a little bit of blush to my cheeks here. Just making sure to blend upwards And then also I'm using pressed powders and loose powders today. What will also be like a quick option is like sticks, like blush sticks or bronzer sticks. Sometimes there's kind of shades in between where you can end up just using one of those, especially when you're in a rush. Just find your favorite shade and then you can pop that on your cheeks and then like forehead and just kind of the areas that you want a little extra color. Same brown shade out of my palette there. I'm going to put some on my finger here and I'm going to blend that all over my eyelid. So taking this shade just up a little bit higher, this is just kind of like serving as my base shadow here. And then just taking a little bit of that same shade and running it a little bit under my eye here. Just making sure to blend it with the outer corner as well. And then taking this lighter shade here in my palette, I'm going to put some of that also on my fingertips and then just blend up here at my brow bone just to kind of tie that in and give it a little bit of a brightening up here by my brow bone. And also a little bit here in the inner corner. And then also lower inner corner. And this step is helpful just to brighten the eyes up a bit. And then with a black eye pencil, I'm going to add some to my bottom lash line and upper lash line just in the corners there. And then once I've applied it, I'm going to blend it out. This step is really simple and it really will, I'll just do one eye at first and show you that, and then you'll see the difference that it'll make in this look to really bump it up with really not that much effort. Now I'm going to take a smudge brush and I'm going to smudge this liner out. That way it doesn't have any harsh lines. Again, this takes just a few seconds to just smudge this out. So now you can see like the difference. I wanted to show the difference with this eye versus this eye, and all it was just quickly putting my black eyeliner on and then smudging it out, and it gives this look just completely different versus the other. So if you obviously want to go for a softer look, you could definitely just throw some mascara on and head out, but this I've been able to do like probably, you know, this whole look that I'm creating for you guys like in about, you know, anywhere from like 8 to 10 minutes, depending on, you know, if I skip a little step here and there. So it's all depending on how much time you have, but it really can be done quickly, and you can just, for me, I get the satisfaction of feeling all put together with really not even, you know, putting that much effort into my look. And I go ahead and pop some mascara on. I'm going to be using some volumizing mascara from bareMinerals. I'll go ahead and get some of this on. And of course you can use whichever mascara is your favorite and just pop some on. And you'll be good to go. For my next step, I'm going to add some brow gel. If I were to walk out like this, I would actually feel comfortable, and if I was in that much of a rush, I would go ahead and just head out. But with this step, I will be brushing up my brows here and adding some brow gel. This step I do like to have time for, and I use just a brow gel so it goes by pretty quickly, and a pretty easy, quick step if you have time for it. Next two steps are optional. Again, if you have time, you know, it just takes just a couple of seconds, and I'm going to show what I do normally if I have these extra few moments. I'll take this lighter shade here, and then using my same setting brush, I'm going to take a little bit of this as a highlighter and run a little bit down my nose and here on the tip of my nose, a little bit on my cupid's bow, a little here across the tops of my cheekbones, and just a little bit here on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. With my same concealer, I'm just going to put just a skosh right here underneath my eyes just to help brighten them up a little bit. And again, you don't have to do this step if you're in a rush, but if you have the time, it'll just help brighten your under eye area up. And you can just take, again, your finger and just blend that out. And then as you're blending, just take your finger, and if there's any harsh lines from your eyeliner or eyeshadow, you just take that and kind of blend that upwards on each side. Just kind of making sure there's no harsh lines. And fingers are great for applying makeup quickly. They work great for applying it, blending it. They're the best when you're in a rush. And then just really quickly, just take a little more of my setting powder on my setting brush, same brush I've been using throughout. This thing is like one of the most versatile brushes. Yeah, I love it. And then taking that and running that underneath my eye just to set that concealer. And then for the lips, you can use just your favorite tinted lip balm or lip gloss, whether that be matte or shimmer, whichever you'd like to pair with your look. Today I'm going to be pairing this look with a Burt's Bees lip shimmer. It is in the shade Peony, and I actually carry this around in my purse, and then I'm just gonna pop some of this on. And this is the finished look. I went ahead and put my hair down so I can just be out the door and in no time be comfortable with this get ready quick look when I need to. This is a really comfortable look for me that I can do quickly. I have toddlers, a 4 and a 2-year-old, so a lot of times I need to get my makeup done quickly and be out the door. However, I do like to look a little bit put together, so this one I can do in about, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on if I cut out a step or two, but either way, I do really enjoy how it comes together and can walk out the door feeling good about my application. I hope you all enjoyed and can gain some tips or tricks from watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's that red button that says subscribe. Just go ahead and click that to see future videos of mine. And you can also follow me on Instagram. I'll have that linked below as well. Until next time, take care. Bye.